Welcome to another episode of What I Do as a Private Chef, cooking for these two legends, a nice little couples event, and it was magical. Here we go. First up, we've got my pumpkin course with a bit of pumpkin caramel, roast pumpkin that's finished on the Japanese barbecue. I make my own dressing using my bees honey from my property, and then I add a little bit of toasted seeds with some nice flowers that are also grown in my garden, thanks to the bees. And here it is. Next up, we've got the kingfish. The kingfish is mixed with some capers and some wasabi emulsion. I flatten this down so that all you see is the sauce when I pour it on top. I add a little bit of dill oil into the buttermilk, and then that just goes over the top of the kingfish. Absolutely delicious. And then I finish this with a little bit of smoke for the theatrical effect. Now it's time to cook the crayfish on the Japanese barbecue. Here we have a little bit of burnt lemongrass emulsion. I add the crayfish over the top, and then I've made a burnt butter using verjus and a burnt noisette, and then finish it with some wattle seed crumb, which I've made with oats, and then this is warrigal that's grown in my garden. This is definitely a popular dish. Next up, we've got fish and chips. So this is a yuzu emulsion, and then I add barramundi that is cooked over the Japanese barbecue, and then we've got some deep fried potato chips that are slowly cooked in duck fat. So fucking good. Next up, we have the chicken and corn. So this is chicken that's been sous vide at 60 degrees for an hour and then finished on the Japanese barbecue. This is a sweet corn sauce, a reduction of sweet corn to a caramel, and then finished with cream. And then we got some local macadamias with toasted seeds over the top, with some flowers that are also grown in my garden. And then I made some cornbread which goes in the middle, and they can soak up their sauce. Yum. Okay, so next up, this is my favourite dish at the moment. I call this one bird. So this is a red cabbage puree served with duck breast and duck leg, with a little bit of orange vinegar, with some charred cabbage, which is also grown in my garden. So sexy. I serve this with a little bit of duck tea, which is made from the bones of the duck. Next up, we have the Wagyu, which is basically served with Noosa black garlic. The Wagyu has been sous vide for 3 hours at 60 degrees and then finished on the Japanese barbecue with pickled onions, a little bit of a nasturtium oil, lemon and thyme vinegar, and finished with a nasturtium leaf. So good. Now we have cheese and biscuits. So I make a linseed cracker and a charcoal cracker, which I serve in this little tree stump which has got some buckwheat in the bottom. This is a warm smoked cheese bechamel which is aerated in the espuma, and then grated over the top is some pecorino with black pepper. And at the moment it is truffle season in Australia, so it would be rude not to finish this dish off with some fresh black truffle. How sexy is this? And then finished over the top with some charred grapes, which have been charring in the Japanese barbecue for the whole time I've been there. They just give this nice jammy taste. Don't know about you, but I'm horny right now. Sorry about that, threw that in just for a bit of a joke, but this is the beer curd, so almost like making a lemon curd but with dark beer, with an artichoke ice cream, finished with a little bit of praline, which is made with almonds. I recently did a video on how to make the artichoke ice cream, go and check it out. So thanks for watching guys, please subscribe to my channel, it really helps me.